already stipulated around. And the confrontation clause is unique to the accused, and we raised that because we were concerned about the state not calling all of these other purported eyewitnesses. So that being said, we also supplement the basis for admission under 106, the rule of completeness. We just heard a segment of Mr. Chow's statement that the state wants in evidence, and we would like for the jury to hear the entirety of that statement must be considered in its totality to thoroughly understand the context and obviously cross-examine this witness about the impression we just made from the jury.
We were just showing 2 envelopes labeled English body-worn camera. We just spent a lot of time yesterday talking about what needed to be redacted out of English's body-worn camera. We did that later today. So I'm unclear what they want to introduce as far as English body cam because we just played it today. And all I've seen is an envelope labeled English body camera. The other one is Carter. I believe they have Carter on their witness list. There has been no stipulation as far as hearsay exception. The statute is 19-5-520. And again, that is why we spend a lot of time muting several parts of our body-worn camera belonging to English because there was a general objection to things that were spoken about in those body cameras. And what they're seeking to do is introduce through English, the next word out, something he wasn't privy to. It was a statement made to another officer. They can call him to the stand. But then I got a problem because what is the exception they're offering? It couldn't be a party opponent. They're trying to offer something Mr. Chow said to another officer who's not in the courtroom today. I don't know what the exception is. They certainly can call him to the stand and talk about any statements he made to law enforcement that night. I'm sorry? No, they can certainly call Chick Chow to the stand to say anything that he remembers saying to law enforcement at the time. So just to be clear, I know this is confusing. I have not dealt with the case that we have. They are seeking to introduce a body-worn camera that contains a statement made by Chick Chow to an officer. And they're seeking to do it through English. He wasn't there to hear any of these statements. I don't understand how he can, testify to this conversation. All they got to do is call Deputy Carter to authenticate the video, to talk about what he's saying, what the defendant's saying, but then they still have the hearsay permit. So they can certainly call him to the stand, and if he says something different, then we can impeach him with a prior statement. I don't know if I know it's a confusing situation to talk about. They're trying to introduce something that this officer wouldn't be privy to. Something that's picked up by a completely different officer's camera. So,
Your Honor, the facts of what he did not hear are just as proper to ask this witness about in the context of what he's now saying that, there was no statement made on the scene that night that Mr. Carmack Belton pointed a gun at Andy Chow. That was very much communicated to officers on scene that night. And the state is really
English's body-worn camera is already an exhibit.
English's body-worn camera. So what we're really talking about is Carter's body-worn camera. When English is asking Mr. Chow, what happened, and he starts getting into the substance of it, and the very line that he starts referencing the gun that Mr. Carmack Belton had, he walks away to go talk to Andy Chow.
Okay, well, I think everybody saw that already.
Right, and so the rest of the statements that Mr. Chow is making about the gun to Deputy Carter, there is no objection the state can have at this point in time, regardless of whether this witness has knowledge. We have stipulated to the foundation, we have stipulated to the hearsay exception.
I think it's still got to properly come in through the appropriate witness.
That would be for the purpose of establishing a foundation, if I'm not mistaken. We've already stipulated that.
I don't see how English establishes an appropriate foundation for Carter's body cam.
Well, we've stipulated that it need not be authenticated. No additional foundation needs to be laid for any of the 911, any of the body cam, or any of the surveillance.
I don't think anybody has done that.
And I'm,
I did the business record affidavit motion, can I?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in the notice that we sent, and even on the record, we said that pursuant to section 19.5.520. So I'm not sure which 803 keeps talking about. That's not the ground that we got those business record affidavits under. We got it under the statute. And what we talked about on Friday was that the business record affidavit, the purpose for the body worn cameras is that the videos themselves are authentic, meaning we didn't have to call English to say, yes, this is my body camera. But their main objection, I believe Mr. McCullough was the one who said it, was that yes, we will say that these videos are authentic, but we may have objections to the hearsay that are in the business record, which is typical with any business record. If it was a medical record and there's hearsay in it, you could just put the medical records in. And that was the whole thing yesterday with English's body worn camera and the statements of Lori and Kennedy and the other witnesses. They want all that muted because it was hearsay. It's the same thing in Carter's. And that's why the video surveillance is, is hearsay in those body cameras. And English didn't even hear the conversation. And like you said, there's no hearsay exception. We did not stipulate to hearsay in the videos of body cameras.
Your Honor, we're pretty flatly misrepresenting the record. Our entirety of our objection was 1 under 403, which the court recalls, and 2 under the confrontation clause, which is unique to a defendant. We have stipulated that the business record notice we got that contains reference to the statute that the state just cited is the notice of intent to offer business records, which is the hearsay exception. We agreed that all of this meets the first line of hearsay exception. And now the state is trying to dig itself out of this stipulation when we're offering this to save time. It's going to come in anyway. If the state doesn't want, us to be able to correct the impression that it just made, I think we need to give the court reporter time to listen to the question and answer that the state just asked this witness about who said what about Mr. Carmack Belton pointing a gun at Andy Chow that night. And we haven't even gotten to the rule of completeness issue. If that needs to be reserved for our case, then so be it. But in fairness, there's no reason under the agreements that we have already made that this can't be offered time now.
The agreements are, it is what it purports to be, not that it comes in through any witness. We just not need to put it in. We just throw everything to the jury. But we already stipulated, nothing here to see. That's what you're asking, essentially.
If the parties were to agree to all the, predicate legal issues, then we theoretically could do that. But I just don't understand what this state's issue is with putting the complete statement of the defendant.
Appropriate witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
So, yeah, if you need to cross-examine him off of his body, you can, but not off the body.
Understood, Your Honor.
Anything else? All right, then, adjourn, please, Mr. Cole. talking to the brother. All right, ready for cross-examination?
Judge, we'd like to offer this according to the motion we just discussed.
You're welcome to. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the delay. We got a matter of law. We have to take on. Ready to go? All right, Mr. Amos, I remind you, you're still under oath. Mr. Swerve.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Bush, let me ask you, when you were standing there and you had been talking to Mr. Chow, at some point when you asked the question, you walked away, somebody called you and you walked away from Mr. Chow. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that was in the middle of a conversation about whether or not somebody saw the weapon or not,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Carter was standing right near you, was he not?
If I can remember so.
Pardon?
If I can remember correctly.
And did you happen to hear the conversation between Mr. Carter and Mr. Chow?
No, sir.
Did you happen to review it later?
No, I never watched his body count.
Are you aware, and I'm not going to ask you the details of it, but are you aware of what Mr. Chow told Mr. Carter?
No, sir.
But you do agree that at the time you were asking that question, you got interrupted and walked away, and Mr. Chow was standing there. You didn't follow up, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. There are a few questions I'd like to ask you. When you arrived on the scene, Mr. Chow was still there, correct?
Correct.
And his son was still there, is that correct?
I don't recall it.
You don't remember whether, okay, all right. And did you observe what Mr. Chow was doing when you arrived?
I know when I arrived, he told me that there was a firearm on the ground.
Did you see him giving any kind of life-saving measures to Mr. Carmike Belton?
No.
You did not see him?
I observed the other female
Okay.
giving chest
But
compressions.
he was standing there at
Closely.
the time you saw him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he stayed there and he spoke with you when you asked him some questions, correct?
Briefly. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we've already established that at some point you didn't follow up with the question, but Mr. Carter was standing right there, correct?
Correct.
Now, you went ahead and you found the book bag in, I don't know what you call it, ditch or whatever.
The drainage ditch. Yes, sir.
And you picked up the book bag, and at the point that you picked it up, you did not realize it had anything to do with the case. Is that correct?
I was unsure.
Pardon?
I was unsure if it had anything to do with it. Yes, sir.
But you did take it into your possession.
Correct.
And did you open the bag?
I looked inside briefly.
All right. And do you recall whether or not what was in the bag? Some papers?
Miscellaneous
you didn't see any
documents.
money in the bag, did you?
Not that I can recall. No, miscellaneous items, a few documents. That's it.
Okay. And what did you do with the bag at that point?
Put it back in my trunk.
And that's where you put the other items as well.
Correct.
When you found the Taurus 9mm semi-automatic weapon in the area, you went ahead and you picked that up. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you took it over to your vehicle as well?
Correct.
I think that's on the video.
Yes, sir.
And you went ahead and cleared what we call clear the gun, did you not?
Yes, sir. I did.
And when you cleared the gun, you realized the gun was loaded, correct? Did you pull the
Correct.
magazine out as well?
I did.
And the magazine had a full clip, correct?
It had rounds in the magazine. Yes.
And there was when you pull back the slide on the Taurus 9, there was a bullet in the chamber. Is that
It was
correct?
around in the chamber. Correct. Yes, sir.
And you removed that bullet from the chamber, and then you safely put it in your vehicle, correct?
Yes, sir.
So at that point, the pistol was ready to fire, correct? If there was one in the chamber?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes.
Now, also, with respect to this, I guess you call it a laser, light. This was something that you put on a pistol, correct?
The tack light was an attachment.
In this particular situation, this is a combination of the laser and a light, correct?
Yes,
That you put on the pistol.
that you can
And it
attach
has
to
a
it.
certain groove on top of the pistol and the bottom to go ahead and attach it to it.
Yes,
Okay, and I believe you said that it was common, but I mean, law enforcement doesn't carry those, as part of your normal duty, do you?
law enforcement carry tack lights. That is correct.
They carry a tack light?
Yes,
With a
sir.
laser?
No, with the laser.
Oh,
the
well, that's what I'm
light.
asking. What's the point of having a laser on a tack light?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Accuracy?
It could be, sure.
You can put the laser on the target and it's dead center, correct? You can hit that target because the laser hits that target, does it not?
I'm not an armorer, so I'm not sure.
All right. But you agree that the laser itself is not standard equipment. It's not something that's common, correct?
Yes,
Tack light is,
yes,
but not something with a laser.
yes, sir.
You wouldn't go that far to say that's a common, some common instrument on a pistol, correct?
That's not common. No,
All right, and this was a semi-automatic. Were they hollow points or full jacket bullets?
I can't remember.
Okay. So you cleared it, you put it in your vehicle, and then you found the laser tack light, correct?
Correct.
And you took that to your vehicle and you stored it in your vehicle as well, correct?
No, I didn't pick up.
What did you do with that?
Stayed there till crime scene came. It was marked.
Okay, so, but it was taken into evidence.
It was, yes, I
You
guess you could say
didn't,
that.
but somebody else took it.
Yes,
And as far as you were concerned, I believe you put it in your report that tack light laser went with the 9mm Taurus pistol.
it could have been
Correct.
attached to it. Yes,
That was your conclusion.
yes,
In fact, you wrote a report about that,
that is
correct?
correct.
Okay. So again, let me just ask one, you cannot explain to the jury why someone would have a laser on a pistol or what the purpose of it is?
No, just because I'm not an armorer, but I noticed it had a flashlight on it.
Pardon?
I realized it had a flashlight on it, which
Well,
is a
flashlight, yeah,
tactical
but we're talking
attachment.
about a laser with a red dot.
Yes, I'm
Can
not
you tell the jury, what, as your law enforcement, how long you been in law enforcement?
4 years.
Okay. You cannot tell the jury why you would have a red dot, a laser on a vehicle?
You can use it for accuracy. Law enforcement doesn't carry it unless it's on a rifle. But as far as anything else, I'm not too sure. It's not really common, but the flashlight portion of it is very common. People use it when they want to see at nighttime, see into a room that's dimly lit. That's what you use the flashlight portion for. That's
Sure.
correct.
But when you made a comment on direct examination that it was common, you were referring to the light. You were not referring to the laser with the red dot, correct?
Correct. Yes, the flashlight is
not-
common.
Correct?
Sure.
All right, so we know Mr. Carter was standing there. Let me, you also, so you found the Taurus, you found the light, laser light, you found the bag. Did you, you knew that the folks had come down from the gas station down to that area, correct?
Can you ask
On
the
the
question
street?
again?
The people had come from the gas station down to the area where Mr. Carmichael Belton was, correct? From the gas station down.
The bystanders?
to street. Pardon?
Bystanders?
I'm sorry? No,
What people?
the people that were involved, Mr. Chow, his son.
Yes, they
Carmichael.
came from the gas station to the incident location. Yes, sir.
And you had found the bag on the side off the road, correct?
In the drainage ditch. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Did you conduct any search on either side of the road for any other item that you were aware of? Or did you?
Briefly, just in between making contact with witnesses and EMS personnel and fire personnel and Mr.
Were
Carter.
there woods and there are bushes on both sides of the road, correct?
Sure.
All right. And are you aware of whether or not a search was made of both sides of the road to see if there were any objects that seemed out of place?
Not that I can recall.
There were some people that came to the scene that were in one way or another were witnesses, supposedly witnesses, correct?
Correct.
And did you interview any of them to find out exactly where they were standing to determine whether or not they could observe what they were saying?
I talked to them briefly, but investigations were there. And
Okay.
investigators.
And that's what I'm trying to decide who's doing what, but that's not something you do.
I mean, I can if I'm the only one on scene, but
Pardon?
I can if I'm the only one on scene.
I know.
But due to having other personnel there.
Yeah,
I
right,
allowed them-
but that's what I'm saying. There were other people there. You did not do that.
Correct.
Let me ask you, this young man, Mr. Carmike Belton, was 14 years of age. Is it legal for him to have a pistol?
It's not legal for him, for any
Pardon?
juvenile. No.
Was it legal for him to enter a store that's marked with no weapons and may enter?
I don't know if it was posted.
Pardon?
I don't know if it was posted, but no, it's not
If it
legal.
was.
No, it's not
It's
legal.
not legal, correct?
Correct.
So it's a criminal offense.
Correct.
And it would be a criminal offense for him to possess that particular weapon as well.
It'd be a
correct?
weapons law violation, correct?
But turning on the other side, you were able to determine that Mr. Chow had a concealed weapon permit, correct?
When he showed me, that is correct.
And that he had it, when you saw him, told him he had it in his holster, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So we talked about the collection of evidence. And did you collect any other items of evidence at that point?
No, besides what we marked with a AA marker and AB marker, the backpack and the firearm.
And you marked those with those markers, and I think one of
Crime
the
scene
markers was
did.
a notebook that you put down
Yes,
just
sir.
to make sure you knew exactly where it was.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm just gonna go through, we're just gonna hit some points that I'd like to make, and if you permit me one time to read it a little bit. All right, I'm not gonna ask you some questions I've already asked you, but, the backpack, do you remember anything that was in the backpack? Did you make an inventory of anything in the backpack?
No, like I said, miscellaneous documents, like two brushes.
Okay, but you didn't find any money in the backpack?
Not that I can recall, no.
Were you the one that got the two cell phones and the shoes? Or was that something you picked up or somebody else?
If I'm not mistaken, maybe crime scene. I'm not sure though.
Okay, that's fine. You would agree that you did not you didn't conduct a full interview yet like you would want to of Mr. Chow, correct? There was just a couple of moments that you spoke to him and you had to go off somewhere else.
I just asked him what happened.
Pardon?
I just asked him
Right, but you
what
agree
took
it
place.
was a brief conversation.
Brief conversation,
And it
correct?
wasn't really no follow-up questions, correct?
Not from me, no.
Excuse me one minute. Appreciate you being here. So let me just ask you one more question. Is that, as I understand it, you were in the middle of it or talking to Mr. Chow when you got called away and were not able to finish it, an interview with him, correct?
Correct. That was where Mr. Carter took over.
Thank you.
Redirect.
Okay, let me test about these laser sights. Helping accuracy. Is that what you said?
It could help with accuracy. You see it more on a rifle than you do a pistol.
Did you have any reason to believe Cyrus used the laser inside of the shell station?
No.
Did you have any reason to believe he brandished the gun inside the shell station?
No.
Did you have any reason to believe?
That's not proper in the record. I didn't ask anything about that.
Laser and what they're used for in aiming weapons, right? Wasn't that the question you were asked earlier? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any reason to believe, while you're on scene, that he brandished the weapon and used the laser in the parking lot of the Shell gas station?
No, sir. I have no reason to believe that.
Okay. Is any of that column that you're aware of?
That he brandished a weapon?
And I object because that's not redirect.
Or flashed a laser at any point?
I know that that's,
I'm gonna sustain that.
All right. You were asked about 14-year-olds can't legally carry guns, and you said, that's correct, I cannot.
yeah, that's correct. I legally cannot.
And then criminal offense.
It is.
Concealed weapons permit users have to follow the laws too, do they not?
If I'm not mistaken, yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, laws still apply to concealed weapons.
That is correct.
You were asked about money. Did you have reason to believe, or to your knowledge, did people move some evidence around before you guys got there?
Yes.
Okay. I think in your body camera, Mr. Chow even says he moved
The firearm,
the
correct.
firearm. Okay. How did the shoe, Cyrus Carmack Belton's shoe, and how did those two cell phones get inside the convenience store?
Someone had to move them.
Somebody moved them there?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you didn't find anybody, but you were told by the Childs that they had moved evidence around.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have.
All right, you can step down. Thank you.
John. Ask witness not to be excused.
Mr. Disapprove.
Yes, sir.
Hang tight.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was like one of the last questions.
It would have been towards the end of, Deputy English's directive. Got the question really shortly before the introduction of state twelve.
Before the state which before the 12.
Right before 12:30.
Now, what question are you looking for?
And it was Mr. Scott that helped you better. There was a question that Mr. Scott asked of Deputy Investigator.
Call me Mr.
Mr. English, when he was on the stand, that one, about who did he tell, was anyone told, or did Mr. Chow someone told? Point. Yeah, I'm trying to use keywords.
And in your body cam, when you talk to Rick Chow, what does he say? Did he say that he ever saw a gun? He said his son seen a gun, Cyrus trying to run away. He said he just said he fell and kept running. And then what did Mr. Rick Chow do as Cyrus was running away in his own words? He told him to drop the weapon and proceeded to shoot one shot or fire one round. Is that what you're telling me?
No, ma'am.
It was right before.
It was right, yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. The testimony under oath is nobody said, told you that night that Cyrus pointed a gun that night. Answer was no, sir, no one told me that.
The question was, nobody told you.
Okay, is there anything further after that? I just want to make sure it's clear.
And in your body cam, when you talk to Rick Chow, what does he say? Did he say he ever saw a gun? That's where I just read.
Ma'am?
That's where I just read all that
Okay.
stuff before.
Okay, I want to do that, and I just want to be clear and cover myself on record, I understand your question, Your Honor. Understanding, and the ones proper and proper put this in, we believe the connotation left with the jury. And if you cite rules specifically 106, when a writing or recorded statement or part thereof is introduced by a party, an adverse party may require the introduction at that time of any other part of any other writing or recorded statement which ought in fairness to be considered contemporaneously with it. I don't know if we take, and I've shown these, Your Honor, and I've shown these to the stage. These are part of the transcripts of the video that you have already seen. The first one at the top of it says English number 1. That is what we watched and what the jury watched on the video screen. If you notice, it is highlighted in yellow. At the last yellow line, it shows when this officer walked away. If you then go to the second page, which says Carter number 1, it shows where the question that was being asked of Mr. Chow, in which he was continuously answering the question that started from Mr. English and allowed him to finish the question that he was asking. So I'm showing you this is a continuous, contemporaneous statement, in which it goes against the solicitors making the suggestion that Mr. Chow never said on the side. I know, of course, we said, but never said on the side that a gun was pointed at Andy and that we his son. And if we go to number 3 of that, that is when he specifically states that the gun had been pointed at his son. We are just offering that, Your Honor, and the reason I've given you those 3 pages is to show that this is not a portion of a statement. It is one continuous matter. It is not, and I know it seems like it's 2 separate body cams, but it's one statement is why this is important. So I know it makes it seem as though Mr. English is doing one interview and Mr. Carter is doing one. It is one interview and Mr. Chow is giving one consistent statement. And then to stop it where they have stopped it and say, well, that's all we want to utilize, and then to be able to ask this officer, but he didn't say anything to you about pointing his son, or firearm being pointed at his son. We don't know what they're going to call Carter. And of course, we have the right to do it. We also have the right if we want to, and that's why I didn't want this officer to leave until I heard the question, to possibly impeach him. And I understand now that I've heard the question, the court may not allow me to do it. But specifically under Rule 106, and if you read the case law that discusses under the rule under 106, it talks about this situation in which it's a continuous statement. So that would just be our position that we should have the right at this point in time, and not to wait until our own case or wait until the next officer, to be able to put in the entirety of what happened on the scene at that point in time, so we don't leave the jury with the impression, the incorrect impression, that this was not said. Because we know it actually was said at that point in time. I understand the court is saying, well, you guys can go ahead and call him. Well, that goes against what the rule of completeness means. That we should be able to do it right now because it's fresh in the jury's mind. Making us wait a week and a half or however long this case would take is why the rule is actually been created. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. And I apologize for making the jury go out, but I think I need it. And I can happily, if the court wants, I think we already put the body on camera. I know I gave you the clips, so I think we actually put the correct raise.
All right, well, I think I've already ruled, but I'll allow you to make your record.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Tote. And, you still want, Mr. English still under subpoena?
We do, Your Honor, but I do not mind leaving the courtroom. We will contact him. I think we'll be easier because I don't want him sitting around. It's okay if we contact him. We do the retest. You said that won't work?
No.
Okay, then he's under subpoena.
So you're still subject to the subpoena, but you can leave today.
I think he said yes. Okay, I thought he said that wouldn't work. I was,
Well, just let y'all clear the vote before you.
can I just talk to the witness, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
I'll just call you. to be in Washington DC starting tomorrow and be there until September, and I was not going to do that. Miss things, and we can figure out a creative way to get the rest of that information in. But I would have that conversation just now. I understand that. And let me just work.
All right, your release, Mr. Figgins, thanks for being here, y'all.
And Your Honor, if possible, the things that I just gave you, if we can make this 46 minutes.
Yep.
Thanks.
12, 13, 14.
No, no.
13, 14. All right.
And Your Honor, just for the record, understanding that we will, based upon the court's rulings, have to, and we have no problem with calling Investigator Carter. One, I want to make sure he has not been released from the state subpoena. They don't have to tell me if they're planning on calling to make sure he has not been released from the state subpoena.
We told them we were not going to call. That's what I told them.
But he has not been released from the state subpoena as announced, and he is still under subject to the subpoena prior to court. So we would just ask the state not release him and not tell him that he may not be required to testify.
I told them I would not be called. So y'all need to do it.
Yeah, the court in fairness, now that we're hearing and seeing what is put on, we understand my concern to making a court's witness, so he is not able to just avoid. I think that is rule. My concern, Your Honor, is, and I understand you don't need nefarious purpose, but to put that testimony in and to realize that they were never going to put it in the second part and now put that question in front of the jury. This is why the board completely said this and said, and they knew they weren't going to call this witness? Just that's why. They knew they were going to call this witness. They asked that question specifically. They knew they were never going to put this witness on. And then to say that we don't have a right to put the rest of the statement in unless we do something else and not. Judge, I just asked, we have no problem calling this witness, but it's very wild that the state is saying, well, I told them I wasn't going to call him.
I thought they were going to subpoena him. They have the same subpoena powers we do. They gave us their witness list and he was not on.
Absolutely, Your Honor, I have no problem with that. I'm just making sure that if they have had contact with him, he is a deputy, law enforcement, it's always much easier for the state to have someone show up than it is. That's all I'm asking. They've had contact with him, make sure he's not released with a subpoena, the defense will be calling him, or he can be told that he is a report witness and cannot be released. I'm very concerned now, especially given the impression that they just gave to this jury, that there's a reason that they don't want this witness to show up. Yeah. And then this goes back to Mr. Curtis, that there was the question of whether or not, and I know there's confusion now, whether there was a stipulation that all of this information would be coming in. And so there was some confusion there. But that means that we'll happily call him so long as they don't release him or if we make him a court's witness. And if this is an exercise in trying to get the full and fair information out, to simply say, well, we don't know where this witness is, and then I can't stress enough, putting that information in front of the jury and knowing that the next question is not going to be asked, that's a close call.
That was a very clear question. Who said to you anything about pointing a gun? I didn't say who has ever said it. And by the way, here's the thing that everybody needs to know. He never told Carter, so he never used the word point with him either, did he?
Then there should be no problem with putting the rest of it in.
Calling him.
That's what I just said.
Just want to make sure, for the record, I know the jury's not in here, but I mean, these words like nefarious keep getting used, and I've kind of reached my field.
I have too. You got an ethical, you got an ethical, go down the street and stop accusing people of ethical problems in this court. I haven't seen one yet. I've seen two very excellent and capable teams advocating for their positions, but I haven't seen anything unethical, and I'm tired of hearing about it. I understand. I'm getting impatient. We want one witness, and we keep arguing about how many angels we can put on the head of a needle. I've ruled on the issue. You are all great lawyers. You know how to send a subpoena. If you need Carter, you can send him a subpoena. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Are we ready for the next witness?
Good right here.
Good jury. Thank you, Mr. Tolbert. All right, next witness.
This case calls Justin Martin.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this case with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, Mr. I see the witness stand and state your full name for the record.
Justin Martin,
Mr. Martin, where do you work?
Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office.
And what is your job there?
I am a body cam and video analyst,
How long have you done that job?
almost 10 years.
What are some of the duties that you have in your role as a body camera and video analyst?
I help gather and distribute digital evidence for our office to receive from law enforcement and then to distribute to defense attorneys. I assist with technical issues that might occur with that digital evidence, specifically with video, surveillance video, body worn camera videos that might have compatibility issues. And I help the court in achieving redactions to evidence and creating demonstrative pieces of evidence to be entered into court for court proceedings.
In fact, did you do that in some of the videos in this trial?
That is correct.
So in your role, do solicitors and sometimes I guess defense attorneys come to you and commonly ask you for your help in troubleshooting or accessing evidence?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And is it common for solicitors to ask you to put together PowerPoints and other presentations of visual evidence associated with the case?
Yes, ma'am.
And sometimes it's one of the purposes of your PowerPoint presentations to condense hours of video footage into shorter, more easily viewable clips.
Yes, we very commonly receive a large amount of video as part of cases. Some of the video that we might receive may be only a very small portion of what we actually receive would be pertaining to the case.
Okay. And in this case, were you asked to create a PowerPoint containing shorter video clips derived from some of the video surveillance from the Shell gas station?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is the entity that digital evidence in cases typically come from?
Our largest law enforcement agency that we prosecute cases for would be Richland County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. And is that the agency investigating this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is there some type of database that law enforcement uses to share that evidence with the solicitor's office and you share with the defense attorneys?
That is correct. We, most of our law enforcement agencies utilize evidence.com. It's a cloud-based storage and delivery system that they can upload not only their body worn camera or dash video or interviews up to, but also other elements of items of evidence that might be associated with the case, like surveillance or phone dumps, documents, or whatever other material that might be necessary.
Okay. And were the videos that you used to create the video clips in your PowerPoint slides, the store surveillance, came from the store surveillance videos in this case?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And regarding the store surveillance in this case, were there about 22 store surveillance videos associated with this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And was the duration of some of that footage on those videos up to about 2 hours long?
Yes, every video file had a different duration. Some of them were very long, some of them were 30 minutes, some of them were over 2 hours.
Okay. Do some of the videos have audio
Yes,
and some of them don't?
that's correct.
And as part of your role as a video analyst, do you commonly come across digital evidence, especially like videos, that require unique and specific players to access it?
Yes, it's not uncommon for surveillance video systems to use proprietary video codecs that are required in which to review those videos after the fact.
Okay, and I guess is the MP4 format the most common way to play a video?
An MP4 is the most common in these days video file type that you would find in every settings on your phone. That can be common video file type.
Were some of the videos in this case saved as a BVR file?
That is correct.
And can the average MP4 video player play a BVR file?
A BVR file is a proprietary video file that needs a specific program to open.
And is it a free program?
No,
Okay, what's it called?
Blue Iris, I believe.
Okay, so you have to purchase that software to play the videos.
There is a free trial, but yes, it is a limited trial. You must purchase that software to have access to those videos long term.
All right, may we approach?
Sure.
Okay, so did you convert some of those BVR format videos to MP4?
Yes, I use the Blue Iris software that has a limited term to convert it into an MP4 so that we could utilize it in the courtroom.
Okay.
It's on me.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 4. Do you recognize what's on the CD?
Yes.
Did you make that CD?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is on this?
It is a PowerPoint presentation that has video clips of the videos from the video system within the store. More or less clips that just show the action of what occurred in the store as the victim walks in and as the victim leaves, the actions that occurred within the store there. Clips that were removed from the full files of the videos that were received from Richland County Sheriff's Department.
At this point, the state requests to enter number 4 into evidence.
Well, Your Honor, I think it is admitted, we certainly conceded surveillance obtained from our business was admissible insofar as with the reservations. That
Can you speak up for me, please?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse. We earlier agreed, Your Honor, to the admissibility, or at least business record admissibility, subject to any further objections. I am not yet clear what this gentleman means by PowerPoint, whether there is, as I understand, he is an investigator who was asked to put video surveillance obtained from our store together. If it is simply video surveillance tagged one after the other in some fashion, I don't know that I have an objection. If it has editorial commentary, whether it's typewritten on the screen or otherwise, just not sure what we got here. That's my problem.
We'd be entering this under the rule 1006. It's just a large amount of videos condensed in different video clips.
Okay. Commentary or anything of that nature.
The only thing that we have is like, slide numbers and, like an alphanumerical, just like little thing on the bottom, so that you know like what slide is what. These are all from the North American. The outcome is A3, that's already in the evidence.
State three.
One second.
Well, hold on a second. State three is already in the evidence, just wasn't published, so it doesn't even need to be on. It is in. Go ahead.
Now, in some instances, are you asked to edit videos?
Yes, ma'am.
And when we say edit, you didn't change or alter any of the people's actions or the contents or anything, any audio of these videos, did you?
No, I typically all I will do is stretch out video to make it so that it's a little easier to see. By that I mean to make the frame or the action on screen take up more space on the display. I might make a clip and say edit, like that includes just taking a piece of the video out of the larger video to show a clip of it so that we're not watching a full 2-hour video where there's only maybe 5 seconds of action on that video. That is correct. I'm not changing the scenario or adjusting people's location within the frame, specifically just condensing some of the material that was provided.
Okay, and can you edit a video to slow it down, speed it up, and zoom into certain parts?
That's right, yes. Oftentimes we'll slow down video to allow the action to spread out over more time to give the viewer a little bit more time to see what's going on. The same goes for when you say zoom in, like stretching it out so that, say, what we're trying to see is just taking up a very small piece of the video up on the top right corner or something like that. We'll just expand that up so that it takes up more space on the display. Oftentimes we'll slow down video to allow the action to spread out over more time to give the viewer a little bit more time to see what's going on. The same goes for when you say zoom in, like stretching it out so that, say, what we're trying to see is just taking up a very small piece of the video up on the top right corner or something like that. We'll just expand that up so that it takes up more space on the display. So what's occurring there in that corner is just a little easier for people to see.
Okay, and can you like amplify audio and volume and stuff like that?
Yes, when I adjust audio, I adjust the gain, which is the baseline level of the audio. So it raises the volume of all of the audio that was captured equally. I don't go in and highlight specific areas of audio to gain, to bring the volume level up. I gain the entire audio track so that it all lifts up.
Okay. And can you also combine, or I guess stitch footage from different camera angles in different videos into a continuous sequence?
Yeah, so in many cases, we'll have video files that are just a specific camera location, but if there's action occurring where there's 4 or 5 cameras pointing at that action, I can cut between the different camera angles to follow the action as it moves around within a location, within a store, wherever the video is taking place.
And did you do those types of editing in the PowerPoint that you created?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you said your presentation is in a PowerPoint format, so you can actually like play the video on each slide in the PowerPoint?
Yes, each slide is a different clip of video that was lifted from the material provided from the surveillance systems within the Shell store.
And did you add like slide numbers to the top right just to kind of so you can see what slide is what?
Yes, keep track of.
And did you add, oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Did you add like an alphanumeric to like A3 on the bottom just so like just as an organization tool for you?
Yeah, so there's a folder that has the clips labeled and yes, as an organizational tool, there is also a label on each slide that shows what the file name was of the clip that was pulled.
Okay, and when you're creating PowerPoints for a case, sometimes do the solicitors provide you with like some basic background information on the case, like time certain things happen or like who certain people in video are?
Yes.
Okay, and does that help you kind of understand what you're looking for when you're making these videos?
Yes, especially in cases that have a voluminous amount of video, having a time frame of when the action occurs or an idea of what a suspect or a victim or somebody that is pertinent to the case can be extremely helpful.
Okay, and in this case, were you given information that the shooting happened around 8:04 p.m. and the victim entered the store a few minutes before that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in the videos, when you watched them and reviewed them, did you see timestamps on them?
Yes.
Okay, and where did those timestamps come from?
Typically, there's a lot of surveillance systems will burn into the image of the video time code and a date that is being fed to that file from the recording system of the surveillance video system. So many people will have, maybe you'll have a 4-camera system in your own home and it'll plug into a little box, a DVR, just like some cable companies will have where you can record videos at your home. But it will take the video feed from the cameras in different locations. It'll bring it into the DVR, and the DVR will place on the image of the video a date and a time based on what that box thinks the date and time is.
Okay, so when you were reviewing these videos, did you notice that different video angles had different timestamps?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is that common to see? Or
Yes.
is it uncommon to see, rather?
In the same location, it's not that common. Typically, business would, or a location would use the same system, and then that system would have the same date and time stamped into all of the videos. But in this case, there seems like there was multiple DVRs or different systems that were imprinting the date and time onto those video files.
Okay, and when you were reviewing these videos, were there some videos that like looked like it jumped into time?
Yes.
Okay, and what could be the reason for that?
So there's multiple reasons. If it's a same camera, and you see a jump in time, that typically is because there is a motion sensor activation on that camera. So the camera will only record when it detects motion within a specific zone. Oftentimes those are customizable. If you have a camera that's kind of facing the door of a business, it might make it so that if there's motion near the door, that the camera turns on and starts recording. So if there's no activity in a zone that's being monitored for motion, the camera can disengage and not record video, often to help save space and to focus on whenever there was activity in that area.
Okay, and kind of going back to the timestamps with the incorrect times, in past cases that you reviewed videos for, have you looked at other types of evidence in the case, like maybe body-worn camera times or maybe times on 911 calls to kind of get an idea of what the correct time is?
Yes, body cams are typically plugged in at the end of the night. They recharge, and if there's a discrepancy with the timing on the device that it imprints on that video, it will adjust its clock so that it is accurate again. The same goes, 911 center has networked in their system, so whenever a 911 call occurs, it is always up to date with the accurate time. So surveillance video is typically more problematic about having an accurate date and time because those systems can lose power, and when they begin to receive power again, it does not always account for the time that has lapsed when it was without power. And if the administrator of that device doesn't go in and reset it every time that occurs, you start seeing discrepancies in the time that is being stamped into the video and what the actual time of that video being recorded actually is.
No further questions.
Thank you, John. Martin, you speak with great authority. You had formal training in editing.
Yes, sir.
What was that?
I have a 2-year degree from York Technical College in video production.
You made movies?
I have made several local commercials many years ago, and I have been a content creator for the County of Richland for their public information channel. So,
You were asked to take surveillance video. You know how many hours of surveillance video? This was video that came from where? What you understand?
as far as within the Shell station, in this case specifically?
Whatever you're about to play for us is comprised of, I understood it to be surveillance camera videos, is that full extent of it?
Yes, sir.
It's not body camera.
That's correct.
And where is your understanding that surveillance footage came from?
7441 Park Lane Road.
The store, the Chow's. And you said that you had the participation of attorneys, some of these attorneys in the editing decisions and the construction of this PowerPoint you call it?
Yes.
You said that there were a lack of synchronization in camera footage and so forth.
Yes, there was timestamps that were not consistent with the continuity of what was happening inside of the video.
So you made arbitrary decisions in the construction of this presentation because the cameras are not in sync. You made decisions, arbitrary decisions about what fit together.
I think arbitrary would be a strong word. There is continuity that occurs in a space. If somebody walks in and they're wearing a red shirt or a yellow jacket and they come in from a door, even if there is a discrepancy in the time, from another angle, if that same person is coming in wearing the same clothes, even if the time is different, they perform the same actions, and then 30 seconds later, another person comes in. You start to build continuity in between the files because those actions and those those people and those specific circumstances don't present again in any other time.
But your decisions and the advice you got from the prosecution, the prosecutors, you and the prosecutors chose what to emphasize in this PowerPoint, which is a distillation of the whole, correct?
That is correct.
Now, as a Gamecock fan, I guess you would be able to take the films from the game we lose on Saturday night and make the Gamecocks look like winners on Sunday morning?
I don't think that's possible.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor. Clearly not a Gamecock.
No, Your Honor.
All right, you step down. All right, next witness.
State Councilwoman Carson.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony submitted in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you for accepting the witness stand and state the full name for the record. State your full name.
Lori Ann Carson.
Yes. All right. Thank you. I'll learn how to work a podium. All right. Good afternoon, Ms. Carson. Tell the jury just briefly, just to get acquainted with you, and two things I'll ask real quickly. You got a court reporter who's here. She's going to be taking everything down that you say, so just need you to speak loudly enough for her to hear you and for each of the members of the jury. And also, I'm glad you did that. If you're not in your head or saying if you could just say yes or no, so that the court reporter can take it down clearly and nobody will assume what you're saying. We just want to make sure it's all clear.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Where are you from?
Originally Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
And what brought you to South Carolina?
My husband was in the military in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. He got out there and then we moved here to Columbia, South Carolina, where his parents reside.
What branch?
Army.
All right. And are you currently employed?
I am.
Where are you employed?
United States Postal Service.
How long have you been there?
25, 26 years.
All right. All right. And do you have other family here in South Carolina?
No, I have just my husband's family and my kids, but my family's in Kentucky.
All right. And so your kids are physically here in South
Yes.
Carolina? Okay. Are they in Columbia?
Yes.
All right. And do you grandmother?
Yes.
How many grands you got? It makes you smile when you talk about
Yes. 8.
You got 8?
8.
All right. So let me ask you this. We're going to focus a little bit more specifically on 2023.
Yes.
So May 2023, you said you have 3 children who are here?
I do.
All right. Do you mind naming them?
I do mind.
Okay. You do mind? Do you have a daughter named Kim?
I do.
All right. And was she living in Columbia back in 2023?
She was.
What side of town was she living in?
Side of town. I don't know if that's. I live on Northeast. I don't know if that's still the Northeast area of Columbia or she lived off of Spring Tree off of.
So off of the Spring Tree Park Lane area?
Yes. Yes. I don't know what kind of.
So would that have been the area where the convenience store is located that is owned by the defendant, Rick Chow?
Yes.
Now I'm going to show you just a couple things real quick. First, it states exhibit number 18 and states exhibit number 19. Oh, it is evidence.
Okay.
Thank you. So take a look at states 18 and 19. Do either of those photos look familiar to you?
They do.
All right. So if we start with states exhibit number 18, and I think it's up on the board now, so you can hand it back to me. You can look through it.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. So the first one is states 18. Tell me what that is.
A convenience store,
Okay. Which convenience store is that?
Shell station.
All right. And I'm going to show you states number 16. Now that's more of an aerial view. Is that a better
That is
rendition?
correct. Yes.
Okay. What is it you see in there?
The convenience store, Spring Tree, Park Lane.
All right. On the corners of Spring Tree and Park Lane?
Yes.
And that's the area where your daughter was living back in 2023?
Yes.
All right. Now, if we focus a little bit more specifically on that particular day, can you tell me a little bit about what was going on, what you were doing that day?
We was going, my daughter and grandkids was going to see a movie that they chose. And we just thought Sunday, day before the holiday, we'd just go out and enjoy ourselves.
So you indeed went to see a movie that day?
We did.
All right. And after the movie, what is it that you decided to do?
Take Kennedy back home,
Mhm.
but she needed to stop in the store to get something to drink.
Okay. And so the store that we're looking at, is that the store that you stopped at to get something to drink?
Yes,
Had you been in that store before?
twice.
Right. Can you tell me why you've gone into that store?
Yes, my grandkids had been looking for some candy slime liquors. So I was on the hunt trying to find the candy that they wanted. So I stopped in there once and they was like, come back in probably a couple of weeks. They should have it then. So the second time I stopped back in there and I don't believe I purchased it then. They were still stocking up.
But having gone into that store at least 2 times, you were familiar with the layout of the store?
Yes,
A little bit familiar with the decoration?
where the candy was at, yes. I knew where to go to find it.
Yes, ma'am. And you're a little bit familiar with the decorations in the store?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you something, state exhibit number 52.
Same objections as before, Your Honor, but it's been,
This one here. Okay. I'm showing you what's been listed as State's Exhibit 52. Can you tell me if you recognize that picture?
I did.
All right. And in recognizing that picture, you said, were there anything like photos or decorations that stood out to you when you were in that store?
Yeah, a lot of photos.
Okay. And is what you're looking at from States 52 a fair and accurate representation of the photos that you saw when you walked into that store?
Yes.
Now, as we focus a little bit more on that particular day, you drove into the gas station to, or the Shell station, the convenience store side of this,
Yes.
to pick up maybe some slime liquor or a drink for your daughter,
Candy.
or some candy. And what happened next?
As I was pulling in onto the lot, I noticed I noticed Cyrus coming out and taking off running with the 2 other gentlemen behind him following suit.
You said following suit. Let me ask you this.
Yes. So
What kind of car were you driving that particular day?
BMW SUV.
Okay, BMW SUV?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to show slide number 20 from State's Exhibit number 4. Now, if you're looking at the top corner of that screen, can you tell me what you can see?
I see my vehicle turning onto Spring Tree.
So that vehicle right there is its paused, that's your vehicle?
That is my vehicle.
And tell me again what type of vehicle that is?
2017 BMW S5.
So what is it about when you pulled into this area that commanded your attention? Let's talk about that a little bit more. You said you saw a young man walk out of the store?
I saw him walking out and then taking off, running
Okay.
with the two gentlemen running behind him.
Okay. You said two gentlemen running behind him. What, if anything, stood out to you as they were running behind this young man?
His shoe flew off when he was.
Now, where would you have been to watch this shoe fly off?
I have pulled onto the lot and I stopped,
Okay.
so I was able to see.
Now, I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibits number 21. I'm sorry, States Exhibits 20, 21, and 22. So I'm going to hand you States 20. Can you tell me what that is a photo of?
Yes, Spring Tree Drive.
Okay. I'm going to show you States 21. Can you show me what that's a photo?
Just a bigger view of Spring Tree Drive.
And is that also the corner of that store in the parking lot?
The parking lot, yes,
7441 Park Lane Road?
yes,
The store belonging to Rick Chow, the defendant?
yes.
You sure? Yeah. Let's start with 20. So can you explain to the jury about where you would have been as you pulled into that store and you saw two adults chasing Cyrus?
I would have been just on the edge. I pulled onto the lot, so I was at the edge,
Okay. And I'm gonna,
just off the street.
so what I'll do, you're going to witness that now?
Sure.
So I have you, if you don't mind, Ms. Carson, I'm going to give this to you, and you can point out. Are you comfortable pointing on this one? Or
Yes.
Or you want me to be here so you can see on it? All right. Show us about where you would park.
I parked right there. I stopped right here.
Stopped in that area?
Yes.
And what you're telling us is that's where you saw the defendant, Rick Chow, and someone else chasing Cyrus across the parking lot.
Yes.
All right, you can have a seat, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I'd like to show you what's been marked as States 24, slide 24 from States number 4, exhibit number 4. Can you go to that, please? Tell me what you see in that video.
My vehicle and Mr. Chow and the other gentleman running.
And is that what you experienced on May 28th, 2023?
Yes.
And that caught your attention?
Yes.
What did you see next?
I saw, Cyrus, going across the street. I saw, a female, I guess, I don't know if this is or not. I saw her pick up his shoe.
And did you continue to watch this whole incident unfold?
I did.
And you watched from your vantage point right there at the corner that you just pointed out to the jury?
Yes.
Tell us what you saw from that vantage point.
At that point, I saw Cyrus run across the street, them chasing him. I saw Cyrus trip, and he got up, and I was excited because I wanted him to continue running, but he didn't get up straight up. I thought he tripped again, and he went down.
Did you at any point in time see anything in Cyrus's hands?
I did not.
Okay. Would you be at a point where you could see things that were in his hands?
Yes.
All right. What happened next? You can take your time.
I turned my vehicle around and went down to where they were located at. I stopped and I wrote down my window, I asked, is everything okay? And he said, no, call 911.
So let's stop there. Before you drove down to see what was going on, could you see, you said Cyrus fell a second time?
He fell, he tripped over the curb,
Mm-hmm.
and then as he was getting up, he fell down again, so he didn't get upright. He didn't get upright to where he was just.
What were the two men who were chasing him doing?
I saw the son. I saw both of them chase him, and then when I drove down there, I can't at this point because I had to turn my vehicle around. So I had to look left to make sure no car cut. So then I drove down there, and when I stopped and asked if they needed help, was everything okay? The son, they was distance apart from Cyrus. Cyrus was in the middle of them, and Mr. Chow was in front of Cyrus. Cyrus was already laying on the ground, and the father was near the position where his head was at.
So let me ask this, just to make sure I'm getting this chronologically correct. Before you drove down there, you saw them run in front of your car.
Yes.
All right. And you saw him fall a couple times.
Yes.
All right. And then as he fell, you saw him, when he fell the final time, can you tell us where they were positioned?
I cannot tell you.
Can you tell us what, if anything, you saw Mr. Chow, the defendant in this case, doing, or his son doing when he fell the final time?
The final time when I saw, he was already moving towards the front of Cyrus.
Okay.
And the son was behind Cyrus, but a little ways off from where Cyrus was at. It's like the son ran up near the curb and stopped. It's like he didn't move no further.
And you saw Cyrus fall a final time?
I did.
Was he ever pointing towards them or doing anything towards them that you could see?
No, that I could see, no.
And did you ever see anything in his hand?
I did not.
So when you actually went down to the scene, you said you drove down there. Did you at some point engage or have a conversation? Well, let me change this around a little bit. What is it that you saw when you finally got down to the scene? You said that you saw Cyrus on the ground. Tell me what was going on.
When I got down there, Mr. Chow was down on his knees. Cyrus was on his back. And Mr. Chow has his hand out. And I asked, where'd the blood come from? Are you bleeding? Are you hurt? I said, who's hurt? And he said, him. So I looked at Cyrus and I said, where? Where? Because I didn't see no blood in it. And so by then there was another female and Mr. Chow, they rolled him over and they raised his shirt up. And I saw the hole in the back. And they rolled him back over and I cleared. By then he had leaves in his mouth. And I cleared the way because he had started making gurgling. So I thought he was trying to breathe. So I was trying to clear him so he can breathe. And I told them to, the female and because I didn't know how to do CPR. So I told them to do CPR because he's trying to breathe. And I told him to do CPR. So the young lady started doing chest compression. And Mr. Chow was giving CPR mouth to mouth to him. And I just told him to keep on.
And you tried to do what you could to help with the situation after Cyrus had been shot.
Yes.
Do you know who shot Cyrus?
I don't know who shot, but I know when I went down there, when I turned my car around, went down there and stopped, Mr. Chow was in a shooting stance where he's standing upright with his legs and he had his arms like this.
Like, can you stand and demonstrate to the jury what you mean by shooting stance? And hold on for a minute, let me move this. May she come down again, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
When I drove down there and stopped, the scene was over here. And I rolled down my window and he was in the stance like this.
And what did you do when you saw Mr. Chow in a stance like that, the defendant, Mr. Chow, in a stance like that?
I asked him, was everything okay? He said, no. Call 911.
And is that what you did?
Yes, I had my family in the car, so I needed to get them out of danger and drove them up to the next apartment lot. And then I ran back down. And as I was going up, though, I was calling 911, but I was so nervous because I needed to get back down there and help them. And I just gave the phone to my daughter because I couldn't get the information out.
Court's indulgence.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to show you what's been marked slide 20 of State Exhibit 4. You can take a look at that, please. 21. I'm sorry, slide 21 of State Exhibit 4. So we loop back a little bit just to go back to the beginning of this. What is it that you saw there? You talked about shoot?
Shoe came on.
Okay, and that's what you saw?
I saw him run, on the red, bright red
Could you see?
sweatshirt, so I was able to see him. But I saw a shoe that's white and it just flew off as he was running.
Could you see his face?
I saw his face.
Tell me what you saw.
He just looked frightened, scared. He looked like he needed help.
And how is it that you could say he looked frightened and scared? How do you say that?
The way his eyes was just like a young child, just in trouble, just needed help. He just looked scared. It just in his eyes.
And is that what compelled you to do a little bit more?
Yes,
Why is that?
because it's like one of my grandkids, one of my kids, just looked scared, and I just had to help. I could not do nothing. I could not do nothing. My daughter wanted me to. I could not. The best thing I could do was just get my family out the way. And I didn't mind if I got hurt, but I needed my family out the way, and I had to go down there and help them.
And that's what you did?
And that's what I did.
And later you had an opportunity to speak to law enforcement about what you did?
Yes.
You did that. And let's just be clear, you're not in any relation to anybody in this case, correct?
No.
You were with your family.
Yes.
And you watched all of these things unfold.
Yes.
Court's indulgence. So just to be clear, as you, your daughter, and grandkids were in that parking lot, you watched Cyrus run by, what, if anything, was in his hands?
I saw the backpack on his back, but I didn't see anything in his hand.
And as he ran down Spring Street, what was in his hands?
I didn't see anything in his hand.
And as he fell multiple times, what was in his hands?
I didn't see anything in his hand.
And from your vantage point, you feel certain you would have seen if something was in his hands?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Cross examination.
Good afternoon.
I know this is a startling event, but I need to ask you some questions. all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you testified that you were with your daughter, you went to this store to purchase something, a drink or something, is that correct?
We was going there to purchase that, but we never made it inside.
And we've seen a video of your automobile, a BMW SUV, I think you said, turn off of Park Lane onto Spring Tree, and then you say you immediately pulled into the parking lot of the station.
Yes.
And maybe when we get this going. Technology. in a moment, when you get this figured out, I'll ask you some questions about this. But now, your SUV, you were riding with, where was your daughter? And your daughter's name is Kennedy?
Kennedy,
All right, and how old is she?
30, she's old, she's 30.
Don't say that's old.
She's not a baby.
She's a young lady, and she was seated in the passenger seat of your automobile. Is that right?
No, Kennedy was behind me. My granddaughter was on the passenger side.
All right, so which side of the automobile was she sitting?
She was directly behind me.
And are your, the windows in your vehicle are tinted?
Yes, they are.
And so, let me ask you to step down again. Let me get this for you. And our solicitor has hidden the pointer. Oops, there it is. So, as you did before, would you reach up there and show the jury where your vehicle was?
Yes, I pulled off Spring Tree onto here,
Okay. So up beyond that bush perhaps?
right there.
All right. And so your view would have been down the road. And so as you testified, you watched through your window. Windows were rolled up in your vehicle, I think?
Yes, they're legally intended to, they're not.
Okay. And the three people you saw run past you, would you kind of give the jury an indication with your pointer there where they ran by you, past you?
When I was pulling off, Cyrus was just stepping off all the steps as he started running. So Cyrus were here and the other two gentlemen was just passing my vehicle here.
Okay.
The shoe flew off, the lady came and picked it up.
All right.
I saw them go down because I had backed up.
And let me ask you to stop you there. You saw the shoe come off somewhere around that red car? Or
I don't recall. I don't recall.
do you recall?
I recall the shoe flying off. I saw that. I saw the lady come and pick it up.
All right. But that was sometime later that she came and picked it up? Or
Yes, they was already off.
all right. And did you see the gentleman you're calling Cyrus, did you see him throw 2 cell phones away?
No,
Didn't see that. Did you see him throw anything else away?
no, I did not. I didn't see anything in the stand.
Okay. Now, if you'll point up on that, you may have to take a step up to get there. Point about where you believe that Mr. Belton, that's the person you're calling Cyrus, where his injury would have been, where was it that you saw him being shot?
Ran across the street. This is where he tripped at. Somewhere in there. Somewhere in here. I can't see it right. But he tripped and then he went down and then he tried to, I got in, he went down.
So your recollection is that it wasn't all the way there, much closer?
I cannot,
And I understand.
yes, because,
All right.
he ran across the street.
All right, if you'll have a seat, man.
Yes.
Are you aware that the sheriff's department indicates the distance from the store to where Mr. Belton tripped and fell was 130 yards? Are you aware of that?
No, but when I was down there, when I looked back up at the store, I myself just saw like the tip of the store. I couldn't see the whole store itself. So the distance, I don't know, but I know when I looked up there at the store myself, I just saw like the tip of the store. So it was kind of, I couldn't see, you could see the lot and the store. You can like see.
But your view through your rolled up window was 130 yards.
I don't know the distance. I'm not,
Let's go back to when the three individuals ran past you. You didn't know who these people were.
No.
You did not know what was happening.
No,
You told the jury you didn't see anything in the first person's hands, the person we know to be, you're calling Cyrus.
no, I didn't see anything in his hand.
Nothing in his hands, didn't see him throw anything away, you just saw him step out of the chute.
I saw him running, and when his leg went back, his shoe flew off. So I didn't see him throw anything. I didn't see a cell phone.
And was he carrying the backpack, or did he have it looped in his arms in a backpack traditional position?
I don't think I can't recall if it was looped in his arm. I didn't see that running like that. I thought it was on his back, and I was sure because
You certainly didn't know that he had a 9mm pistol
no, I did
hidden in
not.
his clothing
I did not.
in the front of his. Remember what he was wearing?
Yes, it was a bright red sweatshirt. He had on some darker jeans and some white tennis shoes was white, and sweatshirt red.
Do you remember that it had a big pocket on the front?
I can't recall seeing a pocket. If
Now,
he did, I
the
wanna know.
second and the third people who were pursuing him or following him. The first, let's not confuse you or the jury. The first person you were calling Cyrus.
Yes,
The second person, do you now understand what his name was? Andy?
the son.
Yes.
Okay,
That second person you saw?
I saw, I guess Andy and Mr. Chow.
All right. Well, you saw Andy running after Cyrus.
Both
Yes.
of them. Yeah.
And Andy had nothing in his hands,
I can't recall what they had in their hand.
so he didn't notice whether he had anything.
I didn't notice if he had anything in his hand.
And the third person was the father, Mr. Chow, the gentleman seated over here.
Yes.
You recognize him today?
Yes. I recognize him from
And
the
he
store.
also didn't have anything in his hands, did he?
I didn't see anything in his hand.
All right. And he was following his son. He was behind his son, wasn't he? As the videos have indicated.
Yes. It seemed like, well, in my view, it just seemed like they was running, so whether side by side or behind, but they
And
was
so
running after
you
him.
testified
Did
that,
you finish?
I'm sorry, I apologize for interrupting. Please finish. Do you remember what you were saying when I interrupted you?
Repeat the question and I can answer it again.
Well, you saw, I think I asked, you saw nothing in Mr. Chow's hands. And he
That's
was,
correct. I didn't see anything in his hand.
and he was following his son. He was behind his son. As, and I said before you answered, as indicated on videos that took place.
Yes. What I saw, I just saw them running. I don't know who was in front, behind, I don't know. They was together running. That's what I saw.
And so then you saw the three of them proceed down the street 130 yards, or whatever the distance was. And you
Yes.
say that then you saw the person you're calling Cyrus fall.
He tripped over the curb
All right?
and went down and proceeded to get back up, and then he went down. He didn't get all the way up.
And you weren't able at that distance to see what he tripped on, were you?
He tripped over the curb. I saw that.
And when he began to get up, were you able at 130 yards to see that he had a gun in his hand?
No,
You couldn't see whether he had anything in his hand or not. could you?
no.
Do you remember that? You remember seeing Andy Chow when this
Yes.
young man fell? Do you remember seeing him backing up into the middle of the street
No. When I saw him, he was just standing still. I didn't see him back up.
in the middle of the street?
He was just standing still near the curb.
Okay. And you had no idea at that point that Cyrus had a 9mm pistol in
No.
his hand? when you saw him fall, you saw everyone stop, all three of them stop.
Saw him. I don't know what they was doing. I saw my eyes was focused on him because of the red sweatshirt. I can't recall if they were backing up, whatever, but I saw him trip over the curb, get back up, and then trip again, and he went down, and that's when I went down.
When he fell, neither of the Chows jumped on him, did they?
I didn't see it. I didn't see them jump on him. No.
Okay. They didn't touch him. They didn't jump on him. They
I don't
didn't
know.
attack him.
There was a time period where I had turned my vehicle around and I had to look left to make sure no car was coming. So whatever happened in that short period of time for me to look left and turn it back and go, I don't know what happened.
Well, that's not the time period I'm asking. I'm asking you about what you've testified about. That when you saw him fall, neither of the Chows jumped on that young man when he fell.
No, I didn't see them jumping on him. No.
And the second time you say he tripped or fell, you don't know whether maybe that's when he was shot. You don't know.
I don't know.
In fact, you never heard a gunshot, did you?
I did not.
And when he fell the second time, or went down the second time, you did not see either Chow advance on him, attack him, did you?
I did not.
So the solicitor asked you about speaking to the sheriff's department. You went to the Richland County Sheriff's Department at their request
Yes.
and gave an interview.
Yes.
In that interview, you mentioned, and it is correct, that you and your daughter participated in the 911 call.
Yes.
The 911 call was made after the second time Cyrus fell down.
Yes.
And in that Sheriff's Department interview, you indicated, as you said today, you were right there. Let's see. You were right there in that spot, though you, in the 911 call, you were not able to exactly explain where you were. You knew you were at the intersection of the corner of this gas station.
I could not, because I was just so frantic at that moment. I could not recall the street I was on, and I was nervous, and I handed the phone to my daughter to finish the conversation.
And so you never saw a gun in anybody's house.
No.
And when you mentioned you turned your car around, you drove down, and you drove past where, well, you stopped where this, where the young man was and Mr. Chow and his son,
Yes.
and you rolled the window down, I think you said.
Yes.
And Mr. Chow, this gentleman, the first thing he said to you was, call 911.
After I asked him, was everything okay? He said, no, call 911.
And again, you didn't know there was a gunshot.
No.
You and your daughter went up to what, one of the parking lots,
Yes.
turned in and pulled over and parked,
Yes.
and you walked back down,
I ran down.
ran down, and your daughter was with you.
My daughter after me did.
Okay. And when you got down there, you saw Mr. Chow, this gentleman, Mr. Chow, you saw him giving this young man, you saw him down on his knees, giving this young man mouth to mouth.
No, sir.
What, don't you recall telling the sheriff's deputy when you were interviewed on, let's see, July 25th, roughly a month after this, that you watched Rick doing mouth to mouth and saw the brown stuff came out. And then you watched him try to do mouth to mouth again.
No, sir. When I went down there, he was on his knee.
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow was on his knee. By then, another young lady came down, and she was on my left-hand side. She went down on her knee. I asked him about the blood on his hand because someone was injured. I need to know who was injured. I asked him, was he okay? Are you hurt? Who's hurt? And he said, him. I looked over at Cyrus, down at Cyrus. I didn't see no blood nowhere. So I'm trying to figure out where does blood come from? Who's hurt? And that's when they both rolled him over. I saw the hole in his back and just a little blood around it. They rolled him back over. I got the leaves out of his mouth and I told him they need to do because I cannot do CPR. I asked them to do it. The young lady started doing the chest compression. He started doing mouth to mouth.
Okay, so he Mr. Chow did indeed give attempted life-saving measures, including mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, right there on his knees in front of you, trying to save this young boy's life. Even to the extent.
Yes.
Even to the extent that that young man aspirating or vomiting, Mr. Chow cleared his mouth and then proceeded to go back to a
No
mouth.
testimony about him aspirating and vomiting.
Sorry?
Your Honor, I believe the testimony is in the record. The commentary.
I'll
It was not pretty. And you yourself did not, do you know how to give mouth-to-mouth?
I do not know. That bothers me today. That I could not help him. And the only thing I could do was just clear his mouth with the leaves. And I couldn't do anything else but to stay there with him because he didn't have nobody there with him. I tried.
But Mr. Chow did apparently give mouth-to-mouth resuscitative efforts to save his life, right there in front. That's all we have, guys. Thank you.
Anything already read?
Yes, sir. You need a moment?
I'm fine.
I'm sorry, we got to rehash this without you. So, Mr. McCullough just mentioned that this, the defendant, Mr. Chow, was giving life. He was trying to save this young man's life, is what he said, right? And that's after he shot him in the back, right?
Well, Your Honor, I object to that because this is direct, redirect. She's already said she didn't see a gun, didn't see a shot fired.
Go ahead and ask the question and see where.
Okay. So, Mr. McCullough asked, or he said you went through this long litany about what happened right here, and said the defendant, Mr. Chow, Rick Chow, was giving him mouth-to-mouth, trying to save this child's life. And that was that.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And that was after Rick Chow had shot him in the back.
Yes.
And who did you see standing in a shooting position out of anybody of the three people who ran in front of your car?
I saw Mr. Chow.
The defendant, Rick Chow?
Yes, sir.
The man sitting right there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you said that you clearly saw Cyrus didn't have anything in his hand,
I
right?
did not see anything in his hand.
You never saw him point and turning towards them.
I did not.
He was running the entire time.
Yes, sir.
And when he ran by you, he looked scared.
He did.
And who was running behind him?
Mr. Chow and his son, I believe.
And did you ever see Cyrus turn around and confront them?
No.
Kept running away from them,
Yes.
and they continued pursuing him the entire time. Now, also in questioning, Mr. McCullough said you didn't see a gun because he had it hidden in the front pocket.
I didn't see no gun.
Okay. Was that because it was hidden in the front pocket?
I didn't see no gun.
And have you seen somebody shot, killed, or dying in front of you like that before?
No.
And you were a little bit frantic, is the word you used?
Yes,
A little bit upset.
yes.
Did you do the best that you could to tell the police what you saw?
I did.
And at the end of the day, you didn't see a gun in Cyrus's hands. And that'd be a yes or no?
I didn't see a gun.
Okay, did not see a gun.
I did not see a gun.
That's all I'm saying.
Rick Chow?
Nope, thank you, thank you, Mr. Carson.
You still have Ms. Carson, right?
Thank you, Ms. Carter.
All right, so got
I do, Madam Roach.
y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a short break. I know y'all had a break when we discussed the matter. Well, none of us have had one yet. So we're gonna take our afternoon break for, let's just say 10 minutes. We'll be back out, about around between 4:20 and 4:25 will be the, again, don't stay on schedule. Here's one of our next step, I'll make sure it's on.
All the way up. But it may stop. Like you hear that? That'll count.
I just don't think that speakers. I'm not hearing it. I mean, I hear it there.
Jury's present, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. All right, so let's go ahead, please.
State calls Kennedy Carson.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Yes. Thank you, Ms. Epstein. Witness stand, state your full name for the record. Please spell your first name.
First name Kennedy, K-I-N-N-E-D-Y.
Please go down. So, again, your name is Kennedy Carson.
Correct.
And so just to kind of move a little bit, well, I'll give you a couple quick procedural pieces, then I'll try to speed the process along a little bit. So you got a court reporter sitting next to you, so just need you to speak loudly enough. And if you would, I know it's normal to nod your head or say mm-hmm or mm-mm, but if you'll say yes or no, just so that we can take it down properly and that everybody on the jury can understand what you're saying.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So your mother is Lori Carson. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you're three siblings.
I have 3 siblings. I'm
Okay.
her
Where
firstborn.
are you in the fold?
I'm her firstborn.
All right. So the more bossy.
Yes.
All right. Did you grow up around here?
Yes, I did.
What high school?
Spring Valley.
All right. So you grew up on the north side, northeast side?
Yes, sir.
Are you slightly familiar with the northeast side of Columbia?
Very familiar.
All right. Are you any relation to anybody in this case?
No.
And in fact, you're under subpoena to be here today.
Yes.
All right. Were you a witness to some matters that took place back in May of 2023?
Yes.
All right. In May of 2023, were you working?
Yes.
What were you doing at that point?
May of 2023, I was working for TD Bank still on lockbox services.
Okay. And your experiences at TD Bank, you just talk about some of the roles you've had there before.
I've been a teller, customer service representative, IT specialist. Now I'm a lockbox processor.
So you've been there for quite some time.
Yes.
And you dealt with the public, you dealt with multiple roles at TD Bank.
Yes.
All right. Now, back in 2023, May of 2023, where were you living?
Greenbrier Apartments.
All right. And is that in Columbia area, Richland County?
Yes, it is.
Can you give us a little bit better vantage point of where that is in Columbia?
Off of Springtree Road, Park Lane, Springtree, I believe.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what's already been marked, say 15. Okay. I'm going to hand that over to you. Take a look at that if you would for a moment. See if you can familiarize yourself with that photograph. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
Tell me what that looks to be.
This looks like Springtree Road, and the beginning of the photo is Park Lane.
And is that the vicinity that you lived?
Yes.
All right. Can we publish that on the big screen, please? There we go. All right, so you said, and if I could have the witness step down briefly, Ron?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay, just step coming down, please. So come on down here if you would. If we look up top, we can give you this pointer. Tell us about what we're talking about. If you can walk me through, ask you a couple of these questions.
Okay.
All right, so you said, show us Spring Street Road if you can from here.
This road here?
That's Spring Street? And there's the one that runs perpendicular directly in front of that is what?
This is Park Lane.
All right. And you were living about where back in 2023? Okay. So at I'll say at the top of the screen is the Greenbrier apartment complex?
Yes.
And that's where you were living back in 2023?
Yes.
All right, you could have a seat, please. Thank you, ma'am. Looks like they're muted. So if we concentrate specifically on May 28, 2023, can you give the jury an idea of what you were doing that day?
We had just came back from seeing The Little Mermaid.
So tell me who we is.
My mother, my daughter, and my niece.
Okay. So you had gone to see The Little Mermaid?
Yes.
And tell us what was happening with that.
As far as when we were coming back home,
Yes, when you were coming, what were your plans for the evening after seeing Little Mermaid?
okay, my mom was dropping me off, but I didn't have anything to drink at the house, so I was gonna stop by the corner store right there, that Shell station, to grab something to drink.
Okay. Now you said the corner store, excuse me, the Shell station. Again, I'm showing council states 28, and I'm sorry, state 18 and 16, which are already in evidence. Yeah. Okay. So you talked about a corner store. Let me show you states 16 and 18 and tell me if you're familiar with those.
Yes.
And tell me what you're seeing in those photos. And you can actually look it up on the screen. It may be up in a moment. And I apologize.
This is the Shell gas station.
Okay. And so that first, so that first video that we showed was an aerial view, meaning a kind of a bird's eye view of it. This is closer in. This is the Shell station that you were going to that particular day that states 16?
Yes.
All right. And did you go to that Shell station often?
Yes.
All right. Now, about how many times, if you could just kind of count in your head roughly how many times you've been inside that Shell station?
I can't count on my hands. It's been too many. I've lived in that area for over 3 years. So that was the gas station I frequent.
Okay.
So,
And so having been in there before, you'd kind of had a chance to walk and look around the store. Is that fair?
yes.
All right. And was there anything about the decorations in that store or the pictures in that store that would bring your attention to things?
What's alarming is when you walk in the store, you see all the photos on the wall.
Okay, so let me show you what's been marked, states exhibit number 52. Okay. Take a look at this and tell me if you recognize, if you're familiar with that view.
Yes.
Tell me what you're seeing generally.
The clerk stand and the photos.
Okay, and you see several photos, correct?
Yes.
All right, may I have that back? And it's stage 52 that is up on that board, the photos that you're talking about above the clerk's here. Is that a fair and accurate representation of what you would see on a daily basis or however often you shopped in that convenience store?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to have conversations with the clerks and people who were in that store?
Yes.
Do you see any of them sitting in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Who do you see sitting in the courtroom if you know a name?
Mr. Chow.
And where is he seated?
He's seated over there.
And again, the record reflect that the defendant, the witness is pointing out Mr. Chow. Yes. Okay, the defendant in this case. All right, so if we focus on the 28th, you were heading home that evening, is what you said. What kind of vehicle were you guys riding?
BMW X5.
Okay, BMW X5?
Yes.
And that was your mom's car?
Yes, it was.
And you said your daughter was in the car, you were in the car?
Yes.
Where was everybody positioned inside of that car?
My mother was driving. My niece was in the passenger seat up front. Me and my daughter were in the back seat.
Okay. And you were, and so again, you said you're in the back seat. I'd like to, and what, if anything, occurred as you were coming home and turning on the Spring Street to go to that store?
We pulled into the gas station. As we were pulling in, Cyrus was running out. And behind Cyrus was his son and Mr. Chow.
Okay. So I'd like to show slide number 20 of states Exhibit number 4. So tell us if you recognize a vehicle that you would have been traveling in on May 28, 2023.
Just passing right there.
Okay. And when you say right there, do you need to step down, or can I, is that the one that's, there's a,
I can describe it. There's a red sign in front of the car, and then we are right behind that red sign there.
okay. And so as you pulled into that gas, did you take a ride into the gas station?
Yes.
All right, and what did you observe when you took a ride into the gas station?
Cyrus was running out. His shoe had fell off, and he was holding his pants up with one hand and pumping his arms with the other.
All right. And when you said he was running out, you said there were people behind him. Do you recognize in this courtroom anybody who was behind him?
Yes.
Tell us who you recognized.
Mr. Chow.
All right. The defendant, Mr. Chow? Rick Chow?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'd like to show, let's see this. And tell us, what was Cyrus, what was his demeanor as he was running away?
His eyes were big. He was running pretty fast.
Okay. Was it a casual stroll like you walking through the park?
No.
Describe or show the jury, if you could, with your hands, what you were observing as Cyrus came out of that store.
Cyrus was holding his pants up like this, pumping his arms like this.
You said you saw a shoe.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Explain that a little bit more.
Before he hit Spring Tree Road, his shoe had fell off.
I'd like to show slide 21 of State's Exhibit number 4. So based on slide 21 of State's Exhibit number 4, did you see a shoe?
Yes.
Okay. And is that a fair and accurate representation of what you viewed as you and your family were in that car pulling into the gas station?
Yes.
Can you describe about, although it doesn't seem to be in the video, where you all would have been positioned, where your car would have been, so you could see those things?
Goodness. This car is kind of in the way, but we were at the corner at the end of this parking lot area. That makes sense.
And what was Rick Chow doing at that point, the defendant Rick Chow?
He was running behind his son.
And the son, meaning Andy Chow?
Yes.
We show State's slide 27, I apologize, from State's Exhibit number 4. Can you describe, well, first of all, does that vehicle look familiar to you?
Yes.
Whose vehicle is that?
That's my mother's.
All right. And you're inside of that vehicle?
Yes, I am.
Tell us what you saw.
So Cyrus was running out, his shoe came off. He was pumping his arms and holding his pants with the other arm. He crossed the street and he tripped over the curb. At that time, he got back up. I see Mr. Chow step out. He had his arms up. And then we see Cyrus fall again to the ground. He kind of like crawled basically to the place where he passed.
And I'm going to go back through that with you slowly. I want to show you something real quick before we go to this next portion. I'm going to show you State's Exhibits and pre-markings. Not never shit, you know. Okay. Take a look at that if you will, please. Does that look familiar to you?
Yes.
Tell me what it looks to be a still shot of.
It looks to see, there's a still shot of Andy in front of his father and me and my family in the car. And Andy and his father are running.
Is it fair to say it's a still shot of the video we just watched?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to Interstate 72 in the evidence.
Objection?
No objection.
All right, the state 72 without objection.
May we publish that, please?
Yes.
All right. So as Andy and Rick are running after Cyrus, you said you saw the shoe come off.
Yes.
You said that you saw a little bit farther down the road Cyrus trip or fall multiple times.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit more. You said that you saw him standing. Go back through that. I do not want to put words in your mouth.
I'm sure. And so we pull in. We stop right where you see us. They run across. Cyrus trips over the curb. He gets back up. We see Mr. Chow go and step out, put his arms up, and Cyrus trips again and kind of gets back up, but he's like a crawl to where he passed away.
What, if anything, did you see in Cyrus Carmack Belton's hands when he ran past you?
Nothing. So when he was in the parking lot, well, running out the parking lot, he had like book bag right here. When he tripped the first time, he didn't have his book bag anymore. When he was in the parking lot running, he was pumping his arms. It was visible like he was running.
And from your vantage point, could you see if there was anything in his hands?
There wasn't anything in his hands.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 20. Can I hand that to you?
Yes, sir.
Does that vantage point look familiar to you?
Yes.
Is that where you observed all of the goings on Springtree Road?
Yes.
On May 28, 2023?
Yes.
Is that where you just testified you saw Rick Chow, the defendant in this case, and his son Andy chasing after Cyrus?
Yes.
Is that where you saw that shoe fly off?
Yes.
Is that where you saw Cyrus fall and the backpack fell?
Yes.
Is that where you saw after he tripped, he meaning Cyrus tripped over that curb, Rick do some kind of motion with his hands?
Yes.
No, I'm going to object to the leading.
Sustained.
Come on. Thank you.
What did you see him do with his hands at that point in time? Him meaning the defendant, Rick Chow.
Okay. So after Cyrus tripped, he had his hands like this. If I can.
Let me move this down. Can the witness step down there? Come on down, please. I'm gonna step in front of you. Thank you. All right, please continue.
Okay. If the jury is my vantage point this way.
Okay. And, excuse me, so defendant Child's right here, so where was Cyrus positioned?
Cyrus was in front of him.
Okay.
We're all facing the
Okay.
same
Will
way.
you turn me in the direction of where Cyrus would have been facing?
Maybe a little lower because he had tripped and he was coming back up. Yeah.
More like that?
Yes, sir.
Or tell
Well, Your
me.
Honor, you can lead with words and you can lead with actions, and I object to either way. Being done by the solicitor.
Your Honor, she said lower and I got lower.
Overruled.
So if I'm getting lower, more like this or more like this?
More like that.
All right. And so and is that when you tell us what you saw when you saw him lower in the position that I was just in?
He tripped and he's coming back up.
All right, so I'm positioning myself again, somewhere in here.
Yes, he was on his way back up. Mr. Child's already like this.
Did you see Cyrus Carmack Belton turn around at any point?
No,
Did you see him point anything at Rick Chow or Andy Chow at any point?
no,
Did you hear anything?
There was a lot going on. My mom was in the car, and my mom was in the car and a little hysterical. She said, "Is that a gunshot?" And I didn't really want to be involved with this, and I was like, "No, that wasn't a shot. That wasn't a shot." We had the windows rolled up, and so it was muffled. Yeah.
But even with the windows being rolled up and it being muffled, did that interrupt what you saw with your eyes?
No.
From the vantage point that you saw it?
No.
Now, your mother eventually, drove down to the incident location?
Yes.
All right. And came back. Was there a conversation of some sort that took place between she and anybody
Yes.
while you guys were still in the car?
Yes.
Okay. Who did she speak with?
Mr. Chow.
All right. And did she come back to the scene for a brief moment?
Yeah. She circled around. So after the incident took place, she drove down some, and she asked Mr. Chow, "Did anybody need help? Is anybody hurt?"
So don't tell me what he said, but after that conversation, the driving took place?
Yes, and she turned back around. We turned around and parked.
May I show slide number 30 of defense exhibit number 4. What do you see there?
That's my mom whipping the car around.
Who do you see walking past that car?
I guess that's Miss Chow. I'm not too familiar with her.
All right. And is that the point you went back down to the scene?
Yes.
All right. And what happened when you went back down to the scene? I think you said, I don't want to put words in your mouth, did you say you parked?
Yes, we parked.
Okay, all right. And after you parked, what happened? Let's start generally about what happened now. Be careful, don't tell me what other people said, but just tell me what you did.
We parked. My mom hopped out. I hopped out the car, and we went down to the scene.
Okay. What did you observe with your eyes?
Mr. Chow was sitting over Cyrus. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything. He was just sitting there.
And did you interact with, what was the scene like? What was the scene like when you were out there?
My mom made it down there before me, and when I was walking down, there was another young lady. We kind of just walked down at the same time.
What was Cyrus doing?
Cyrus was laying there.
What was defendant Rick Chow doing?
He was just sitting there, just looking at him.
What, if anything, was the son doing, Andy Chow?
He was standing off. He didn't move after the incident happened. He was still.
Did you observe anything around the scene?
There was a gun by a tree over there. Cyrus didn't have his book bag. And there's Mr. Chow and Cyrus over there. Yeah.
And do you know who that gun belonged to?
No.
Did you see a gun in Cyrus's hand at any point in time?
No.
Court's indulgence.
Yes, sir.
Now, a couple more questions. Could you tell any type of, just the sizes of the people who were involved in this entire incident that we're talking about?
Sure.
Okay, tell us what you could observe.
Andy is much taller than his father. Cyrus is much shorter than Andy. I don't. Yeah.
Now, you've, I don't want to make this personal, so I'll try to ask this as gingerly as I can. How old did Cyrus look?
I thought Cyrus was like 16. Yep. Yeah, I thought he was 16.
He looked like a grown man?
No, he looked like a child.
So all questions after this time,
Cross-examination.
Thank you. We have slide 27, your slide. The one you have on the screen. It's maybe sort of still, but it's the child's going across the parking lot. 72. Carson, let me show you what's the state put up as 72. So that's your automobile that you were in.
Yes,
Where were you in that automobile?
I'm in the back seat. It would be on the passenger side.
Passenger side.
Yes,
So that would be to the left side.
well, the right side is the passenger side.
Okay. So, all right. So are you on the left side?
I'm in the back seat on the right side.
And this photograph states Exhibit 72. Is that pretty much the way the thing looked that evening?
Yes,
And it was that dark? It was 8 o'clock at night,
it was bright outside.
bright outside. Okay. And you know the distance? Well, your automobile stopped in the parking lot, yes?
Yes, well, right, turning into the entrance.
Okay, there was a bush there on the side, and you pulled up to that bush,
Yes,
and you saw these 3 people run past.
yes,
And nobody had a gun,
no,
you heard no yelling, no cursing,
no,
you just saw 3 people run past.
yes,
Now, you said that you saw the first person who you described as called Cyrus. You described that he appeared to be pulling up his pants.
holding his pants.
Could he have been holding a pistol in his waistband?
No,
How do you know?
you seen the pants in his hand.
Well, didn't he have a long hoodie on, red hoodie?
He had a hoodie on, you still holding your pants. You can still see him holding his pants.
Did you know he had a pistol?
No,
You didn't know anybody else had a pistol?
no,
And the windows in your vehicle were rolled up.
I'm sorry.
The windows in the vehicle that you were in were rolled up.
Yes, there were.
And you saw Cyrus's shoe come off.
Yes,
Did you see him throw things left and right as
No.
he ran across the parking lot?
no,
Didn't see him throw cell phones.
no.
Did you see him throw the backpack down the road?
He didn't throw the backpack. He tripped and fell. When he got back up, the backpack wasn't on him anymore.
Had it been on his shoulders?
It was on the shoulder.
Okay. And now, the distance from where your vehicle was, and your vehicle stayed in the same stationary position, same spot until after he fell down. Is that correct?
Yes,
And fell down and didn't get up.
correct.
And would it surprise you to know that that's 130 yards?
Okay.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't quarrel with that number, would you?
I wouldn't know the distance and I seen it.
So it's longer than a football field. So if you're standing at one end of a football field, it's even further than that.
I can see down a football field.
Okay. But as you described and exhibited here, these people that were 130 yards away, Mr. Chow had his back to you, as did, you couldn't see Mr. Belton. You couldn't see what he had in his hands, could you?
I seen what Cyrus had in his hands when he ran across.
Right.
Our
You didn't have
car.
anything in his hands. That's not my question.
When he got back up from tripping, his hands were, he was like crawling when he crawled. So his hands were on the ground.
All right. But when he started to get up, and you said, I think in your, you and your mother made a 911 call, didn't you?
Yes,
You remember telling the dispatcher he might have got shot, I'm not sure.
yeah, it was a lot going on. I was processing my emotions.
You remember telling the dispatcher that you believed he might have stolen something.
That's what was being said.
You told the dispatcher, I don't know who shot him.
I did say I don't know who shot him.
You, so you also testified a few moments ago that, let's see, that you saw him trip multiple times
Correct. He tripped twice.
and crawl to where he passed.
Correct.
You did not include that detail in your 911 call.
I didn't.
Do you remember talking to officers, Officer Carter, I believe? Or Deputy, I believe it's English or Carter. Do you remember speaking to officers at the scene?
Yes.
You didn't include that detail. You never told either one of them that you saw this gun, that you saw him shot and crawled to where he died. You didn't include that in your explanation to them of what you just seen. And this was something that was moments before.
Yes, I did.
Well, you think you did?
I know I did.
Well, I'd be happy for you to find it in this transcript, but if you think you did, you think you did.
I think I did. Yeah, I
And
know I did.
when you went to the sheriff's department on July the 25th, 2023,
Mm-hmm.
did you tell that detail to that investigator as well?
I was asked far as vantage point. I wasn't asked what happened.
In fact, nobody asked you any questions about what happened.
No, they wanted to know vantage point of where I was
They
and
wanted you to draw a diagram, didn't
yes.
they? Go ahead. Sorry.
You better finish.
They asked you to draw a diagram?
Yes.
Did they question you about anything about what you saw?
No.
Did they question you about how far away you were?
They asked where I was and to draw the vantage point of what I seen.
And you didn't volunteer anything like you testified to today?
No.
So before I sit down, let me get one more clarification here. When you saw these three people run past your vehicle, did you know that the third person in line, the person following the tall, younger man, was Mr. Chow?
Yes,
You knew him to be the store owner.
yes,
But in the 911 call, you recall saying, I don't know who shot him.
yes, I said that. I was processing. I didn't want to be involved. When my mom stopped the vehicle, I told her to keep going because I did not want to be involved. My mom called 911 and she handed me the phone.
Okay.
And my mom has been hysterical in the back. And I have to be calm and process what I see. I did not want to be involved. That's the reason why I said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because I didn't want to be involved.
But in the 911 call, and on the scene, you didn't tell the police that you saw Mr. Chow shoot anybody.
I didn't want to be involved. I was made to be involved.
Thank you.
Anything on the briefs, redirect?
Yes, sir. Now, there's a set of questions about the statement that you gave. Isn't it true that you gave a statement to the police, a written statement on the 28th
Yes,
of May 2023?
yes, they called me back. I went home and they called me back to make the statement.
That's fine.
I'd like to have this marked for ID purposes only.
What number shall it be?
Of course, no, just make sure we get it right.
Okay.
82. 82. Thank you. Thank you. Now, you asked a series of questions. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 82 for ID purposes only. Take a look at that and tell us if you recognize that document. You recognize the document?
Yes,
Whose handwriting is that?
it's handwriting. I believe it was the officer that I was speaking with, but that's my signature at the bottom.
That's your signature at the bottom? So this is what you told the officer, what the officer wrote down in your signature.
Yes,
And in this statement, it says, you're making this statement I can't read today. I make this statement of my own free will in the court without reward or intimidation. All of the above is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Do you see that written on that document?
yes,
Okay. So, at 21:23, military time, so I do my math, can't do math. 9:23?
yes,
On 5/28/23, you gave a statement to them?
Yes.
All right, and the question, did you see a kid with a gun? Answer, no. When he was running, he was holding his pants up. Is that what that says? Is that what that says?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see any weapons on the ground? The answer is yes, a gun by the tree. Did you see how the gun got there? Answer is no. You remember saying those things?
Yes.
Did you hear the owner say anything about the kid? Answer, you said no. Did you hear anyone say anything about being shot? Answer is no. Do you remember saying those things?
Yes.
And you remember in this, you're saying that you heard a pop?
Yes.
You saw the kid fall down?
Yes.
You called 911?
Yes.
You parked the car and you walked and the owner was shaking him, trying to wake him up?
Yes.
You remember saying that?
Yes.
You said that you saw people run out of the store?
Yes.
The kid, the store owner?
Yes.
The owner and his wife?
His wife came after Mr. Chow.
And that you followed on Spring Tree? And the son in the corner, and the son and the owner had the kid boxed in?
Yes.
The kid fell down and they were on arm's reach of him, and that's when I heard the pop. You said that?
Yes, I did.
And you said that on May 28th, 2023, correct?
Yes.
At 9:23 in the evening, correct?
Yes.
And that was about an hour and some change after this incident took place, right?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to show slide 21, please. States exhibit number 4. And while we're doing that, there was this question about 130 yards. Did you measure?
I didn't measure.
Do you know if the 130 yards is from the front door of the store or from the tip of the property when it goes off of their property onto the public road with Spring Tree?
I don't know where they were.
But did you have a clear vantage point?
I seen it all.
All right, so please play that, please. No wear glasses, it's hard to see. Is it light or dark outside?
It's light.
And that's a fair and accurate representation of what the weather conditions were like at 8:02 or so on May 28th, 2023?
Yes.
Was not dark.
It was not dark. It was dark at 9:22.
Now, you said, and you're direct, you saw Chow pointing at Cyrus.
Yes.
Cyrus was on his knees, getting up on the ground.
Yes.
And not too long after that, you realized that he'd been shot.
Yes.
And he passed away out there.
Yes, he did.
Do you know who shot?
Mr. Chow shot him.
That's all my questions.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I noticed in this statement that you gave, you say, I pulled into the store with my mom and I saw 4 people run out of the store. 4
Yes.
people. The kid, the son of the store owner, the owner, and his wife.
Yes. She picks the shoe up.
But you say here that you saw 4 people run out of the store.
Yeah, so Cyrus, then his son, and Mr. Chow. And a few seconds after that was his wife.
You didn't say that. You didn't know that these videos existed when you gave this statement.
Yes, I did. There's cameras all around that store.
I'm sorry?
There's cameras all around that store.
Oh, so you knew that there was going to be a video that would accurately reflect what really happened, not what you
I didn't know this was going to take place at all.
And then you say in the statement, the kid fell down and they were all in arm's reach of him. And that's when I heard a pop. Right?
Yes.
You didn't say that you saw the pop.
Can you see a pop?
Well, you didn't say you saw a gun. You said the boy got up and tried to run and he fell back down. You never said you saw Mr. Chow shoot this young man. You never said you could see the young boy's hands and that he didn't have a gun because you couldn't see him.
That wasn't asked at that time. You see the question on that document. It wasn't asked.
Well, but you're there to make sure that you tell the story.
I was answering the questions I was asked.
I see. Well, nobody was in a hurry to finish, were they?
There was a lot going on. I was in a hurry to leave because I didn't want to be involved. My daughter was there. My niece was there. My mom was hysterical. There was a lot going on.
And there's nothing in here about this young man crawling to die.
I stated that he got back up when he passed away. After the second time he fell, that's when he crawled over to his passing point.
Well, ma'am, what you said is, if you need the statement, I can provide it to you. Here. You want to read along with me?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Well, I want to make sure that this is a fair opportunity to see about midway on that first page under A, colon, the sentence that begins with owner. You say in the next sentence, the kid fell down and they were all in arm's reach of him, and that's when I heard the pop. The boy got back up and tried to run, and he fell back down.
Yes.
No crawling.
He
No,
tried to run,
No Mr. Chow
and he
shot
fell
him.
back down. I wasn't asked that.
Okay.
They asked me what I seen.
And on the second page, you were asked, you say you saw a gun by the tree.
Yes.
And the tree you're referring to would have been within a couple of feet or a foot of where the young man died.
It wasn't a foot. It was closer to the road, but that's where the gun was found.
And you were asked, did you see how the gun got there? And your answer was?
No.
No. Thank you.
All right, all done? Yes, sir. Tell a question.
All right, Ms. Carter, you can step down. Thanks for being here. Carson, I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to recess for the day. We'll get started again tomorrow, hopefully at 9:30. Again, don't discuss the case with anyone, don't do any research on your own or anything of that nature, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning ready to go. Have a good evening.